But all right, so then moving on to legislative week in review. Okay. All right, so for this week's legislative week in review, I did come across this resolution, which again, it's just a resolution. It's not calling for any sort of action or anything, but it says condemning Azerbaijan's military operation in Nagorno-Karabakh and denouncing Turkish interference in the conflict. So there is text along with this, and it's obviously it's not too long. It's just what you see here. The resolution, it does state like certain things that have happened. So I guess certain actions that have been taken. And then it does say, you know, denounces Turkey's reported participation and escalation in the conflict and condemns Azerbaijan's continued aggressive military operations. And apparently the United States is a part of this group that had kind of brokered. It's supposed to make sure that, you know, they keep to their peace treaty that they had signed back in 2006. Okay. Just for a little bit more information on this, I will put the link for this. I recommend that people check out Kim Iverson's channel. She did like a 30-minute video where she kind of breaks it down. And she does put like the different sources that she has for her information, but she really does put it really simply.
Yeah, quick shout out, not to denigrate. We have a lot of great independent media folks out there. But Kim Iverson really seems to put in the extra effort to do her research before presenting sometimes. That's why you'll see she won't post something for a week and then all of a sudden she'll post something that's fairly amazing, you know?
Yeah. And I love it because she's anti-interventionist, just like us, right? Yeah. And she always looks at it from that viewpoint. And so it's not about, she never gives the whole paradigm of this good versus bad type of deal, because that is always how it's presented, as who's the good guy, who's the bad guy. And that's not how the world works, right?
Mm-hmm. And this is the bill that came out like just a few days ago and already has 67 co-sponsors.
Yeah. All right. So this resolution came out on the 1st of October. It was introduced. Okay. So as you can see here, on the 9th, it was referred to the subcommittee on Europe, Eurasia, Energy, and the Environment. And then it has, excuse me, 67 co-sponsors, which a lot of these people are considered progressive, right?
Right. Yeah, so we see Tulsi Gabbard is in there. Yeah, Ilhan Omar.
Okay. All right. So here you can see, first of all, Jim McGovern, who is considered a progressive from Massachusetts, signed on to this, right? Ted Lieu is considered a progressive. Barbara Lee, who she was the only one who voted against or spoke up against the Iraq War, right? Mm-hmm. And Tulsi Gabbard, which that was very disappointing to see her name on this. Ilhan Omar. Let's see, who else? Ayanna Pressley, also from Massachusetts. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if anybody else that we really like here. And Ro Khanna. And so that was really disappointing to see her on this. Not so much because obviously this isn't calling for sanctions. This isn't calling for intervention, but this is condemning the actions of one side, right, of Azerbaijan, and talking and denouncing Turkey, right? And I just think that this is how we get in conflicts. Right now, we are totally not in this conflict, right? So we do give aid to Armenia and to Azerbaijan, but we are not involved in this conflict like that. And I feel like this is step one, right? Where we are saying, oh, we think that what you're doing is bad. So then what's the next step? Sanctions. So then what's the next step? Intervention, right?
Yeah. I didn't do it on official channels. I just threw on Twitter, essentially posted out a question to Tulsi asking for if she has explanation of this vote and what she sees as being, you know, the likely following if there are any following actions as you're concerned about. So we'll see, but I know she is she's working for the National Guard for I think another months long stint. But yeah, I would
I think
absolutely
it'd be great if she were to actually, get back to you on this. I think that I think it's unfortunate that enough people aren't gonna ask her about this. And it's not, I'm
right.
not, I'm not like saying that she's an awful person because she signed on to this, but I think that she's normally someone who does not sign on to these types of resolutions. So it's interesting the fact that she did sign on to this, and so I would like to know her.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear the anyone treat constituents as adults and give reasoning on bills like this.
Right, right.
This
right.
is what my thinking is.
Right.
We're not going to escalate. We're not going to escalate to sanctions or whatever. This is simply the analysis of what's happening in the region leads us to want to say we think there's a problem here. But yeah, exactly.
Right. And so, what I think is really important, because most people, if you even ask them where Armenia or Azerbaijan is, they wouldn't even know, right? And so, I wanted to pull up a map so that people can actually see, because I think it's important to see who the players are in this area, right? And so, in order for us to see, we have to go over here, right? This is Azerbaijan. Oh, okay. All right. So I guess I got to go this way. All right. So Azerbaijan is here.
Yep.
And Armenia is here. So let's see. Who is this? Oh, look at that. Iran. Iran. And Turkey is right here. And Israel is over here, right? And what does this say? What does this say? Oh, it says Russia, right?
Yeah. So the region, are we talking about like a central region between Armenia and Azerbaijan, or?
So
thank you. Nice.
I got you.
That's awesome.
All right. So this is the disputed area right here, this Nagorno-Karabakh. Right. And so the problem is, obviously, this is Armenia over here.
Right.
And then this area right here is Azerbaijan, and this area is Azerbaijan. But then this area over here is Armenian controlled.
Got it.
And this area over here is Azerbaijani controlled. And the problem is that in Armenia, this area right here, it's mostly Armenian people that live here, right? But it's, I guess, controlled by Azerbaijan. And so they're trying to take this area. Like I said, Kim really breaks it down really well about what's going on. I don't want to, because we're like short on time or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. Let's refer folks to watch Kim Iverson's discussion on this.
But what this is essentially, it's a land grab. And the fact that you have Turkey over here, who supposedly wants to create another Ottoman Empire, and Russia being allies with Armenia, but also Turkey is a NATO country, and Russia is like trying to broker, deals with Turkey, and also trying to help with the situation with Iran.
Right.
And so that's why I think it's really important that the U.S. stays out of this, because this is a really good reason for the U.S. to all of a sudden get involved in this area. And now look at where it's at in relation to Russia and Iran.
Right. And obviously a big political factor is the whole idea of recognizing the Armenian genocide. Right. I mean, that pushes people in the direction of, poor Armenia is being taken over, being attacked again, kind of thing, which can or cannot be, I don't know, a correct explanation of what's going on there.
Well, but the thing is that again, nothing is ever black and white. It's never. It's always in the gray zone, right? Like the gray zone. Because Armenia, they're the ones who, and again, if you watch Kim's video, she talks about how Armenia they weren't holding up their end of the ceasefire, that was brokered by Russia, So again, there's no one innocent in this situation, just like there's no one innocent in Syria, and there's no, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of these things.
Well, until the propaganda machine gives us something as obvious as the white helmets. Oh, those are the good guys that are going in and rescuing people.
Yeah. But we'll see how the media spins this. Yeah. But the fact that we already have so many lawmakers over in the U.S. who are willing to go and condemn one country in this, I think that's a very dangerous precedent to set with this situation.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.